flinching?
Yes, General.
Watch this person carefully. Do you remember me?
I remember. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. You are not one of them, Yuan. Of 5 people, 3 must pay a price. You are one of them.
Hold on. I'll be there soon.
What did I tell you? He's definitely sleeping in.
That I want to go to? My home world, I suppose. Sadly, its location doesn't appear on the Express's astral chart records, at least the ones that are undamaged. In any case, I do want to see some other civilizations before I go home. It'd be a crime to waste this opportunity on the Express.
Long time no see, Astral Express crew. It's Kafka. I came at a good time. You're all here. Every single one.
No need for the mysterious introduction, Stellaron Hunter.
Himiko, correct? Apologies for interrupting your little get-together, but I'm sure once you've heard my request, you'll forgive me. I'd like you to make a destination alteration.
I've seen your face before, Stellaron Hunter. Even if it was only on a corporation wanted poster. They were offering quite the bounty. Dead or alive. Do you know the figure?
Doesn't concern me. Then again, a corporation bounty is a compliment, not an insult, don't you think? The higher the figure, the bigger the compliment.
You wanted criminals sure know how to look on the bright side of things.
I will say, Herta certainly paid you all a compliment. A maniac that claims he can see destiny, leading a bunch of wild lunatics in pursuit of the most dangerous objects in the universe. And Herta doesn't give out compliments very often.
In pursuit of the most dangerous objects in the universe, huh? Well, in that sense, you Astral Expressers and I are cut from the same cloth.
You're in the wrong place, Kafka. We're not about to accept your request, and we're not about to get into bed with a Stellaron Hunter. It was nice talking with you. Perhaps next time you'll be willing to pay us a visit in person, and we can continue our little discussion.
Have you guys heard of the Law Fu?
The Seianjo Lawfu? It belongs to the Hexafleet of the Seianjo Alliance. We've heard of it.
But what you haven't heard is that it's currently very close to you. A couple of warp jumps away, in fact. Not to mention, 45 system hours ago, a Stellaron burst occurred on the Lawfu. An unexpected calamity, don't you think?
What exactly are you Stellaron Hunters trying to do? The Seianjo Alliance aren't us. They won't give you time to explain. Once you draw the attention of the hunt, you become their prey. The Alliance will hunt you to the end of the universe.
Stop speaking in riddles, Kafka. Say what you have to say.
It's simple. That Stellaron has nothing to do with us, but the Seianjo is convinced that we're responsible. My companion, Blade, has been taken away by the Cloud Knights. I want to bring him back, resolve this Stellaron crisis, and clear our names.
Nothing to do with you? Yeah, right. Sounds like a weird coincidence to me. You just happened to show up after the Stellaron burst? Also, we're not your friends. Why should we care if a Stellaron hunter is innocent, No! Why are we listening to her? The Alliance is strong. Is a single Stellaron burst really too much for them to handle? We're the crew of the Astral Express, not some squad of Stellaron-stealing super specialists.
You could, of course, not get involved. Knowing that the Stellaron hasn't yet affected this region of space, you could make the jump and arrive at the next world. But sooner or later, the star rail here will be more blocked off than it was before. I can tell you what the future holds. If you don't go to the Luofu, the Stellaron will eventually contaminate the entire ship, and over half of the inhabitants will perish. Oh, you brave and fearless trailblazers, you benevolent nameless. Can you really remain indifferent to that?
This companion of yours, Blade, he perished too, right?
No comment. Here are the coordinates. It's up to you how to proceed. Our destinations may differ, but the orbits of the stars will eventually converge. See you later.
March, get Dan Heng.
I gave him the lowdown. Hey, remember what I said, okay? We're gonna vote against it. I'm not gonna take orders from that woman.
Seems like the longer I spend in my room, the stranger things are when I emerge. March told me. If it were one of the other ships, it might have been okay. But I can't go to the Luofu. I'm forbidden from setting foot on that ship. Total interception of any attempt to enter the Dominion is how they chose to put it. So if you're planning on going, I can't go with you.
Our Stellaron hunter claims that a Stellaron burst has occurred on the Xianzhou Luofu, and that we're in the vicinity. If we head for the Luofu, we may have the chance to save many innocent lives. However, it's also possible that our Stellaron hunter is lying and using us for her own ends. Neither Welt nor I believe that she's telling us the truth, but we can't just ignore the intel she's given us. So, we're about to hold a democratic vote on whether to set a course for the Xianzhou. All those in favor, hold out your hand. All those against, keep your arms by your side. 3, 2, 1. Four against 1. Well, it looks like the Astral Express crew has a majority vote to head for the Xianzhou.
I calmed down and thought about it a bit. If it turns out that woman isn't lying, then a lot of innocent people are gonna get hurt. Now's the time for thinking about other people.
All right, all right. I think we're all used to March's modus operandi by now.
So, Dan Heng, you want to stay here?
Yes. I'm staying this time.
In that case, Welt, ready for a trailblazing expedition? I know you've been itching to get out there for a while now, but make sure you take good care of the two of them.
Don't worry.
Destination Xianzhou, here we come!
The train is about to make the jump. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Whoa! So that's a Xianzhou ship? It looks even bigger than Eurilo 6!
For the Xianzhou, these ships are their planets. Terrestrial environments are cradles that allow civilizations to survive and then develop. Some of those civilizations progress further, constructing spacefaring vessels, which allow them to voyage into the unknown. The Seianjo Alliance is one such civilization. I've only glimpsed it a few times, but it's as magnificent as I remember.
You okay there? What's with all the lonely nostalgia vibes?
This is the Astral Express. I repeat, this is the Astral Express. We have arrived in Seianjo territory. Requesting landing permission from ground control. From the bridge, I mean.
Welcome to Lawfu Skyport, Starskin. Please await transfer. Please wait transfer. Please wait transfer.
Something's not right.
The signal is still repeating, but no one is guiding us into dock.
Maybe the Stellaron hunters were telling the truth. It seems like something really did happen to the Seianjo. A vessel arrives at a deserted spaceport. Isn't that how, like, loads of horror movies start?
Let's not let our imaginations get the better of us.
Please wait transfer. Please await transfer. Please wait transfer. The Jade Gate now opening. On behalf of the Seianjo Lawfu, welcome, guests from afar. Please proceed to dock in accordance with the guidance.
Huh? Is this still automated?
The signal broke off. Seems that's all there is.
We should get going. Himiko, stay vigilant back here on the Express.
Relax. I've got Don Hung here with me. Make sure you're properly prepared before you set off.
Oh, look. It's just containers as far as the eye can see. This area isn't for receiving guests, it's for unloading cargo. Who decided to send us this way?
We should start with the person who opened the Jade Gate. If it turns out they're not friendly, then at least they've already made things easier for us. If it turns out they were just doing their job, then we can ask them what happened here.
There are wounded everywhere.
The silver lining is that, based on what we can see, no civilians were caught up in the battle. I'm guessing the Seianjo must have evacuated the port immediately, leaving the soldiers to deal with the crisis. But as for these corroded monsters...
Hey, you there! We need your help! Thanks for saving Beauty from the beast.
Pleasure. But are you thanking us or giving yourself a compliment?
Miss Tingyun, the Mara struck have been repelled, but there could be other dangers nearby. The situation is serious. Allow us to escort you back to the Skyfaring Commission. Immediately.
Calm down, I heard you. It'd be rude of me to depart without thanking our benefactors. My name is Tingyun. I'm the ambassador for the Lawfu Skyfaring Commission Merchant Guild. May I venture to know the illustrious names of my heroes? I see. Well, thank you for coming to our aid. Although there is one thing I don't understand. Starskiff Haven is under lockdown. Since none of you are Seianjo residents, may I ask how you came to be here? If you can't offer an explanation, I'm afraid these Cloud Knights will have to escort you out.
We called for port transfer and got no response, but then someone opened the Jade Gate for us. When we arrived, there was no one to be found, so we started to make our own way through.
How can that be? My ship was the last one into port before the Jade Gate was shut. The Skyfaring Commission has already locked down Starskiff Haven entirely.
We're telling the truth. You could verify it yourself by checking the access history of the Jade Gate. We found it strange ourselves when the gate opened, but no one came to greet us.
You're with the Astral Express?
You've heard of us?
Indeed, I have. You've arrived at a bad time. The Xianzhou has suffered an incident. Whether you're here for leisure, treatment, or trade, I'm afraid you won't be able to go through with it. For your safety, you should hurry to Central Starskiff Haven and take refuge. I'll take you to Madame Yukong of the Skyfaring Commission and let her decide how to proceed.
We caught wind of the incident you mentioned. That's why we're here, Miss Tingyun. To help the Xianzhou seal the Stellaron.
Your actions have already revealed your kind hearts to me. Sadly, I can't make you any promises. You're outsiders, and only Madame Yukong has the authority to consider your offer. Don't worry, Madame Yukong is kind-hearted too. Come on now, I'll lead the way.
Those monsters back there.
They were no monsters.
Those were not to be confused with monsters, benefactors. We call them Mara-struck. Don't fret. All Amicassadors know their way around a starskiff.
I was perfectly calm until she volunteered to help.
Please take your seats, everyone. We'll be off right away. On behalf of the Skyfaring Commission, allow me to welcome you to Starskiff Haven. We're safe now. Normally, I'd be a good host and take you around, but these are difficult times. Let's head to the Palace of Astrum first and report your arrival to Madame Yukong. Right there, the tallest building in the city. It's also the headquarters of the Skyfaring Commission. Let's hurry, we haven't got much time.
We need to make a few preparations before paying a visit to any of the 6 commissions. Rest assured, Miss Tingyun, we won't go anywhere. If you could inform Madame Yukong of our arrival first, we'll meet you at the palace entrance later.
Very well.
Little Miss Fox moves at quite the pace. I can't keep up with her. I've spent too long on the bench. Let's catch our breath for a while, huh? We can expect a packed schedule ahead. I need to give you 2 a heads up first. Our meeting with Madame Yukong won't be without risk. We need to be prepared and take it seriously. Madame Yukong will definitely have a string of difficult questions for us. Why did we choose to come to the Cianzhou now? How did we know that the incident is related to a Stellaron? Who leaked their information to us? Careless answers mean distrust and potential hostility, which would make things much harder for us. Don't worry, we'll find a way through. Let me do the talking.
Yes, madam.
Report the losses to General Jing Yuan and find someone from the Divination Commission. I can't just stand there watching while we deal with this mess. Greetings, guests from the Astral Express. Yun has informed me of the purpose of your visit. Receiving guests isn't normally one of my responsibilities. But since you know about the Stellaron and have stated that you want to help the Luofu, I thought I should at least meet you in person and politely decline your proposal. The Xianzhou Alliance knows what a Stellaron is and is more than capable of handling it ourselves. We have been around for over 8,000 years and weathered countless dangers and crises. While the situation is serious, we have more than enough resources to spare. Outsider help is not needed on this occasion. You are guests from afar. There is no reason for this matter to concern you. Am I making myself clear?
From what we've gathered, the influence of the Stellaron can still be contained. If we can locate it in time and contain it, it's possible that we can restore any space and any individuals affected by the corrosion. We have experience in preventing Stellaron disasters, and we've only come here to lend you that experience.
I've said this and I'll say it again. This is an internal affair of the Xianzhou Alliance, and there is no need for the Astral Express to get involved. I decided to arrange a meeting with you as a gesture of respect, but my decision is final.
But...
Never mind, Mr. Yang. If the Xianzhou Alliance say they can handle it, then we're wasting our breath. Let's go.
I'm afraid that's impossible.
Huh? And what's that supposed to mean?
It's only been a few days since the presence of a Stellaron was detected on the Luofu. Starskiff Haven has been under full lockdown. No one has been permitted to leave. How did you come to know of the incident? And what led you to conclude that it was linked to a Stellaron? I acquired the access history of Starskiff Haven. Not long ago, someone hacked into the system and opened the Jade Gate, before guiding you, the Astral Express, into our territory. The hacker was skillful and even taunted us with her seal. Her name is Silverwolf, a member of the Stellaron Hunters. What say you in your defense? You are forbidden from leaving the Skyfaring Commission until the aforementioned questions have been investigated.
Don't be too harsh, Yukong. If this gets out, the whole galaxy will think the Alliance has forgotten how to treat our guests.
General Jing Yuan.
It's very unlikely that the Express has joined forces with the Stellaron Hunters. They are mortal enemies, after all. Apologies for interrupting your meeting. My name is Jing Yuan. I'm the General of the Cloud Knights here on the Luofu.
General, this is an internal affair for the Luofu.
I fully agree with you, Helm Master Yukong. This is indeed an internal affair. I am sorry, guests of the Astral Express. It is true that there is a Stellaron on the Luofu, but I'm afraid I cannot accept your kind offer to help resolve the issue. This is a Xianzhou matter, and it is our responsibility to handle it. Of course, it would be inappropriate of me to let you return without something to show for it. While I cannot accept your help with regard to the Stellaron, I do have a favor to ask. Please, after you. The Astral Express. I must confess that the train's reputation precedes it, such that it is often close to my thoughts. How delightful to come face to face with its passengers.
It's an honor to meet you, General. May I ask what the favor you spoke of is?
A matter that requires capable people such as yourselves. We captured a member of the Stellaron Hunters a few days ago, who goes by the name of Blade. During our investigation, the Divination Commission, the department in charge of intelligence processing, intercepted a transmission sent out by his accomplice, Kafka, who has managed to hide aboard the ship. As for where that transmission was destined, I have some knowledge of your relationship with the Stellaron Hunters. The Divination Commission is convinced that you made an alliance with them. I say that's impossible. The crew of the Astral Express are honorable people whose valiant deeds are lauded across the universe. There must have been a misunderstanding. As such, I came to the conclusion that the communication must have been an attempt by the Stellaron hunters to sow dissent between us. We can handle the Stellaron, but it will take time and will require the bulk of the Cloud Knights on the ship. It is this Kafka that concerns me. The longer she stays on the ship, the bigger the threat she will pose. Since the Stellaron hunters lured you to our ship, we shall move with the current. You are hereby authorized to do as you deem fit on the Luofu, with the goal of bringing Kafka out of the shadows and under our control. Doing so would clear the misunderstanding between us, reveal the true intentions of the Stellaron hunters, and help us understand their connection to the Stellaron burst. What say you, my astral guest?
What do you think?
If you are able to capture this Stellaron hunter, the Scienjo will be indebted to you. The Luofu never fails to reward that which is given.
Okay.
Wonderful. It's a deal then. I shall notify Yukong that all intel is to be shared with you, and that our best personnel are to aid you in your search.
I think we only scratched the surface of this General Jing Yuan. That's it. A minor detail, but curious. He avoided talking about Blade. Since the Cloud Knights have already captured a Stellaron hunter, why not use him to get to Kafka? Why rely on us? The Scienjo is reluctant to involve outsiders in the Stellaron disaster, so why is it so keen on letting us capture a Stellaron hunter? Yes. The only sensible conclusion I can draw is that Blade had already escaped when Jing Yuan spoke to us, provided they even captured him in the first place.
Master Diviner, you heard our discussion. What do you make of it?
What do I make of it? The way of heaven is apparent, but the heart of humanity is often deceptive. Are you asking me to divine their true intentions?
That won't be necessary. The crew has nothing to do with the incident. Of that, I am almost certain. It isn't their intentions that trouble me. All I want is for them to lure out the one we're after.
Wasn't that my idea, General?
Indeed. Your counsel has always been a great help to me. You may use your discretion on the matters ahead of us.
Why don't you retire early and I use my discretion full time?
It is still too soon, unfortunately. If something goes wrong, you'll need a general to take the blame. How could I simply walk away and put you at such risk?
If you'd brought me that blade earlier, none of this would have been necessary. Wait, what are you up to exactly? Xingyuan, did you let him escape on purpose?
Me? I had no idea he might escape. Unlike you, my gaze never travels beyond the horizon. I take full responsibility. The Cloud Knights failed in their duty.
I can understand. There's a lot to take care of on the Shinjo. You were bound to miss something. Thank goodness I'm here. On that note, perhaps it's about time you finally nominate me as your successor when the 6 charioteers next convene.
Yes. I have to go now. I'll leave this in your overwhelmingly capable hands, Fu Shen. There are 3 things in the world that I can't seem to rid myself of. The troubles of the Scienjo, the papers on my desk, and the weeds in my garden.
General, Diviner Fu wants the General's position for herself. Everyone knows that.
She is very capable, but her intellect is burdened by a quick temper. I'll retire when she's achieved a better balance.
This Stellaron thing is easy. Blade escaped. Now we gotta go get him. Just say the word, and I'll solve this in a flash.
I can understand your impatience, and I know you want to prove yourself. Now is not the time. If you truly wish to become sword champion, you shouldn't be running around brandishing your sword at people, especially not a major criminal.
You think I'd lose to Blade?
I'm saying you need to have patience, Yanqing. Governing Xianzhou is different from a sword fight. The only way to build momentum is to work slowly. Besides, we still don't know who's really moving the chess pieces. There is something we must take care of before making our next move. As long as it remains unresolved, we're at a stalemate. That something is the Stellaron. How did it manage to bypass the Skyfaring Commission's inspections and the Divination Commission's predictions? Where is it now?
I say we bring those two Stellaron hunters before Diviner Fu. She'll get an answer out of them in no time.
I've asked our friends from the Express to take care of that for us. Worry not, you'll have your moment when the current stalemate is broken. You are my most trusted aide, and there are some things that I would only assign to you. Speaking of which, Yanqing... that boy... I suppose it is my fault. I should have given him an opportunity already. A sharp sword can't stay sheathed forever. My fear is that this might prove too big a setback. Bigger than his exuberance.
Madame Yukong has asked me to look after you. Seems like we were destined to be in each other's company. I have to say that it's Madame Yukong's duty to keep her guard up. The Luofu is facing a crisis, and as head of the Skyfaring Commission, she is responsible for the security of the Xianzhou's customs and borders. They say that many years ago, Madame Yukong was an ace pilot in the Cloud Knights. She was a work hard, play harder type, known for her hot temper and incredible skill. Eventually, she became the head of the entire commission, which required her to learn patience and adopt a meticulous approach to her work.
We should focus on our objective first. Seeing as Helmmaster Yukong was extremely reluctant to get us involved, am I right to speculate that the Skyfaring Commission has some leads on the whereabouts of Kafka?
Exactly right. The suspect is extremely cunning. She encrypted her transmission and timed her communication. We couldn't pinpoint her exact location. But as cunning as she is, the Divination Commission has managed to find something.
Here are the coordinates. It's up to you how to proceed. Our destinations may differ, but the orbits of the stars will eventually converge. See you later.
Precisely. That's the sound of a device. The General sent for craftsmen, and they concluded that the sound came from the shipyard facilities in Stargazer Navalia. Now, get some rest and prepare yourselves for the operation ahead. I look forward to seeing you in action.
You've been standing here for half an hour. It's rare to see you like this. Are you worried about those two? Welt is with them. They should be fine.
Himiko, did you keep a copy of the Stellaron Hunter's transmission? Can I have a look?
Sure.
It's simple. That Stellaron has nothing to do with us, but the Scienjo is convinced that we're responsible.
Stop!
Do you know him?
The Scienjo is in danger. This man, he... If he's on the ship, then Welt march in him. Everyone is in grave danger. But...
Is he connected to that past you want to escape?
I can't leave them down there. It's just... I'm afraid my burden has finally caught up with me. And that everyone is about to be drawn in.
Is there anyone who doesn't carry around a past burden? She may not remember it, but even a girl as carefree as March has hers. We tread on a path that is hidden from us. The things we see and the trails we blaze all become our baggage. They weigh us down, but they also give us strength to continue the journey. Try not to dwell on it, Dan Heng. The Express spends 7 standard days at each stop. Its passengers are allowed to do as they deem fit during that time. Pom-Pom and I are more than capable of looking after the Express. If there's something you've got to do it now. Better than regretting it further down the line. And you'll come back and travel with us once this is all over, right?
Can't send the message out. The network is down. But some functions still work? Virtually nothing has changed since I left. Apart from darkness, this place is all that I remember of the Luofu.
Stay where you are. I can handle this. Emergencies should be dealt with by professionals.
I've no interest in conflict.
A little too much. What the?
With you two risking your lives for me, could I really stay where I am?
The sanctuary is but a vision. Break!
Are you two okay? Good. I'm Sushang of the Cloud Knights. I was just transferred here from the Yaoqing. That was some impressive Cloud Knight spearmanship. Which unit are you from? Huh. Okay. You're a civilian then. Come with me.
Miss Sushang, what exactly has transpired here? In all my trade visits, I've never seen Starskiff Haven in such a state.
I can't comment on that. I was just ordered to rescue the civilians. Actually, I have no idea either. Anyway, you two just need to come with me. Hey, you're pretty quiet. What's your name? I've got forms to fill out. Can't put your name down as blank.
My name is Dan Heng. I'm a traveler. I'm on my way to meet up with my friends. I appreciate the help, but I can leave the port on my own.
No can do, mister. It's way too late. You won't find anyone at Starskiff Haven. If your friends made it out, then they'll already be in the safe zone. No need to worry. You'll see them when we get there. Oh, one more thing. I need you to write your names down later. I don't know too many characters. I might make a mistake.
Message not sent? Why not?
Long-range communication technology is still improving. Perhaps the presence of the Stellaron is affecting signal transmission.
Doesn't seem like it. Everything else is working fine. See?
In that case, it looks like someone wants to make things difficult for us. Since Kafka's here, I wouldn't be surprised if this turns out to be that Stellaron hunter hacker girl's handiwork.
Now, what's a hunt without a hound? Kafka is still at large, and the Skyfaring Commission wants this problem to go away. I made a few calls and managed to procure this from the Artisanship Commission. Perfect for hunting down suspects.
Aw, he's so cute!
All we need to do is look for any trace left by Kafka. It doesn't matter how good she is at hiding. Tiening will find her. Who would have thought that Stargazer Navalia might become so quiet? Long were the nights when the clangor of hammers rose to meet the stars. People used to write poems about the shipwrights here. The Luofu relies on the star skiffs produced here to transport people and goods. Now that work in the shipyard has stopped, our internal transport and outbound flights might also grind to a halt. Of course, the silver lining is I don't have to go on as many trips anymore.
You don't seem to worry too much about the Xianzhou, Miss Tingyun.
I wouldn't say that. A good businesswoman doesn't wear her heart on her sleeve. Besides, the Alliance has weathered plenty of challenges. We can handle this situation. Just to warn you, if we do run into Kafka, you'll have to do the fighting benefactors. I'd love to help, but there's very little I can do except cheer you on from the sidelines. Not a lot of people out there could have fought the Marastruck like you did. I'm only a civil servant. I can't imagine what Kafka would do to me if I were caught in the fray. We Foxians don't live as long as the Xianzhou locals, but I still want to enjoy the 100-odd years I've got left. You'd do the same in my shoes, wouldn't you? Besides, the Madam Helmmaster simply asked me to assist you in navigating around Starskiff Haven. It's no different to any other diplomatic mission or delegate reception. I was never much of a fighter, and I'm not one for risking my life either. Getting Tiening into your hands is already beyond the realm of my job description.
Understood. We won't put you out of your comfort zone, Miss Tingyun. When we run into Kafka, we'll do the fighting, and the capturing, for that matter. Thank you for showing us the way.